Good morning, everybody. Thanks for taking the time to tune in. This is our Live Well and Thrive event. And today we're just going to talk with a few different women about an opportunity and a product that has come into their lives to just help them kind of be the best version of themselves. Essentially today, everybody's facing one of two major stresses in life. We either have health issues or finance issues. And, how that can play out in our bodies and day-to-day living can have a massive, massive impact. I know for myself, about 6 months ago, maybe 7 months ago, I was really, really run down. And as a mother of three, and I've got a lovely husband as well, kind of, managing the household, things kind of came to a grinding halt. And I felt quite discouraged because I view myself as a pretty healthy person. I eat well, and there were just a few different things that came into my life that kind of threatened that for a good 6 weeks. And it just made me sort of take a look around, and I kind of, had a hand up looking like, what can I do? How can I change this? So I actually ran into a friend, and she shared about some products that I'll talk to you about. But in today's day and age, my story is not a unique story. There's lots and lots of people that are encountering more and more lifestyle diseases. We've got a rise of things like heart disease, stroke, obesity, type 2 diabetes, certain cancers. And it's largely due to the fact that we just don't have the time or always the resources to sort of look after our needs the way that we really need to. We're a society that's very overfed but undernourished. So when a friend just shared about a product that could change those things for me, it really pricked my ears. I wanted to hear more. So what we're talking about today is a really simple product. It's a company called Juice Plus. And what they've done is a really clever thing. They've created, so we've got a fruit blend, a vegetable blend, and a berry blend. Sorry guys, I'm just going to pause for a second because I'm not sure if I'm pinned. And what they've done is they've just popped it in a capsule. And that's literally as simple as it is. I could make it a lot more elaborate. But essentially, we grow the fruit until it's vine ripened, which is very different than, when you go to the supermarket where we've got things that may have been in cold storage for a number of months. Things have been gassed to ripen or waxed. And, this is literally off the vine, made into a beautiful slushy. It's got the skin, it's got the pips, it's got the leaves, and it is slowly dehydrated at a very low temperature, which leaves the phytonutrients, the enzymes, the minerals, everything is intact. All of the goodness for your body is intact, and it's popped into a vegan capsule. So from the time it's picked till it becomes this beautiful little capsule is only 6 hours. So unless you're fortunate enough to grow 29 fruits, vegetables, and berries in your backyard, I don't know how else you can get something so fresh. And what it does in your body is just absolutely amazing. It really feeds your body at a cellular level. And within 3 to 5 minutes of you taking the capsules, it's in your bloodstream. So that is, to me, super exciting. And, from a convenience point of view, I couldn't actually go to the grocery store, purchase that much produce, prepare it every single day. The World Health Organization has suggested that we need 9 to 13 serves of fruit and veg. And I can definitely say, as healthy as we are, we definitely don't hit that on a daily basis. So for me, it's really peace of mind. It was something that when I found out about it, it just kind of made sense. I kind of view it as, like I don't think about why should I brush my teeth. I just know that it's good for me. So to be able to get that extra added nutrition in my body every single day has meant a lot of really good things, more energy, reduced cravings for sugar and things like that, better mental clarity. And the cool thing about the company is they are all around families and kids, and they have the largest child's health studies. So when an adult gets on the products, a child can get the chewable form. So we have the veggies and the fruits for the kiddos, and they just look like a little gummy or a chewable. And the kids love them. They gobble them up. And, as a mother, it's peace of mind knowing that they can start the day with 17 fruits and veggies And that's just going to boost their ability to concentrate once they get it to school. Over time, it's going to boost their immune system. It does really amazing things in their bodies, and it really helps them to make the healthy choices that as parents we so wish that they would make. But they're making them naturally because their cells are being flooded with this pure whole food nutrition. And the thing that's great is there's only one other product, so it keeps it super simple. We have a beautiful whole food powder. So we have a chocolate flavor and a vanilla flavor. And this is another additional 20 plant-based items that you can get into your diet every day. So I kind of look at this as an opportunity to pimp my smoothie. And it just puts a lot more goodness in it for the whole family. It's got a natural mood elevator in it, and it's been really helpful for people with things like anxiety or depression or low mood. There's a fabulous thyroid support because of the mushrooms and all kinds of beautiful things. There's yucca powder, spirulina, pumpkin powder, pomegranate, an ancient grain blend, like all kinds of beautiful superfoods that, again, you just might not have every single day. Sometimes we do a really good job in the kitchen and we're really rocking it, but what this company does, the reason that it was created, it's really just meant to bridge the gap between what we really should be doing and just in daily life what we actually get to do, because sometimes it's just too hard. But the thing that I love, like I said, is that when you get that goodness in your body, it just makes you hunger for more of that. So it just really supports a healthy lifestyle. It's not a miracle pill. It's not going to grow back an arm or a leg, but it just does really incredible things in the body. It's fabulous, the whole food powders for post-workout or pre-workout. It's also just a really good after-school snack to tide the kids over for dinner. It's fabulous for, when you might make a poor choice. It's just a way to kind of inject a healthy upgrade into your day-to-day routine. Or if you're like me, I know there's so many of us out there that we just skip a meal, whether we're on the run and we can't get brekkie, or, we're out and we just avoid lunch, whatever it is. This is just another way to get another healthy meal into your diet. And, if it all sounds too good to be true, which a lot of people just go, oh, I don't know about that, we've got science to back it. So it's pretty cool. There's 35 peer-reviewed medical journals that talk about the studies that have been done to show that it is effective to fight inflammation, to reduce oxidative stress, and deliver antioxidants into the bloodstream, which is great. It improves your skin. It improves your gum health. It boosts your immune. It does incredible things. But instead of me talking on and on, I'd really rather go to some of the ladies that are on the line today that have actually been on the products. And it really just helps to bring it to life when you hear what it's done for them. So I'm going to take you over to my dear friend, Michelle Powell, and I'm going to pin you, darling. And if you just unmute yourself and just let us know what the product's done for you.
Fantastic. Hi guys. So my name's Michelle and I am a mum of 5 children. You can probably hear them because I think we're going to get bombed in a minute. And I've been on the Juice Plus products for probably about 14 months now. Before I started, I'd found myself in a really bad place. I had fallen into depression and I'd been suffering for 3 years. And actually now that I'm coming out of it, I think it may have been longer. And I'd seen a friend, she had been taking Juice Plus for some time and it sorted her immune system out. She had hormone issues and for her children she had a bit more energy, and I thought, well, if I get a little bit more energy, there's nothing to lose. I don't put anything synthetic into my children. We don't use antibiotics or anything like that. So I thought I'd give it a go, and it was 2 weeks in, I had acne. I had cystic acne down my neck. My eczema was terrible. I couldn't straighten my fingers out. I would bleed. And my hair was just falling out by the handfuls, and I'd had blood tests and nothing was showing up. So 2 weeks in, I noticed my skin was clearing. So my acne was clearing and my eczema was clearing. And I had a little bit more energy. And I think it was probably a month in that one day I woke up and I just felt great. Like I just felt like the clarity that I had, I could concentrate and I could feel my depression disappearing. I could feel my body healing and I could also see it. And then a few weeks after that, I'd noticed all these my hair wasn't falling out probably a few weeks in, but I noticed all these little new bits growing. And I've actually probably a few months ago, I even had more new bits growing, which is cool. And my big girls as well, because we've always eaten well. I always ate well, but obviously I just wasn't eating enough to get me through the day. It just wasn't. Having my children, at that point, they were 13 months to oh, look, they were between my 5 kids, I had them in 7 years. So my body just couldn't function anymore. I also wanted it for my kids and my hubby. My children, we were sick all the time. We were always sick. And it was quite hard because that lasts a month. One illness would last a month in our home. My son, he's my only child who refuses fruit and veg, and he was having a hard time falling asleep, staying asleep. He was agitated all the time. And it was 2 weeks in with him, and I noticed the changes in him. He now sleeps really well. After having a sleep study before this, he was having restlessness in his deep sleep stage, and he has that no longer. So that's amazing. He'd always have a chesty cough through winter as well. That's gone. No cough at all this winter, which has been fantastic. And my littlest one, so she was 13 months old when we started, might be able to hear her, and I had some health issues with her while I was pregnant and afterwards. So she was only 6 kilos when we started on Juice Plus, and due to a few reasons, she hadn't put on any weight for 2 months. And she had terrible constipation. So she was on prescribed laxatives, and 4 days in, she's been laxative free since 4 days in and hasn't had to go on them since, which is huge. And she started putting on weight again. So, all of us are feeling well. My big kids, my big girls who love fruit and veg anyway, they now have it for breakfast. And we've all just found that we just feel better. And even though it's been a year in, I'm still feeling and noticing differences, and it's great. My hubby is an ex-footy player, and his inflammation's much better. He has no more hay fever and so many things. And it's just been, I will be on this forever. It's just our healthcare plan, and it's just the best thing we've ever come across. So, yeah, thank you.
I love that, Michelle. That is so awesome. And I love, you've been on the product, you've got 5 kids, you've got your hubby. It's just, you see the benefits in each one of them. And to think that, your little girl can actually, do a poo, and you don't have to give her medicine to do that, is huge. I mean, I think a lot of people have health issues and they don't really think that sleep problems or poor digestion or stress is a health issue, but it really is. So thank you for sharing. I'm just going to go over now to my other beautiful Michelle. And Michelle, I would love it. Can you unmute yourself, darling, and just tell me what you've been loving about the product?
Yeah, hi, with all the Michelles today, aren't we? I have been taking the Juice Plus products for coming up to 3 years. It'll be 3 years in September. And we were introduced to it by my chiropractor, Anthony. And very similar to Michelle previously, I have a history of anxiety and depression. And when Anthony introduced it to me, recommended it to me, I'd basically gone, he's my chiropractor, I went for an adjustment, and at the end he asked me how I was, and I burst into tears. So I clearly wasn't very well. And I'm basically just a busy mum, trying to do too much, looking after everybody else and not myself. I was putting myself last, and I knew I wasn't eating properly, I wasn't looking after myself properly. And so he just said, why don't you take a look at this? I have no idea what it could do for you, but what if it could make you feel better? And I just, at first, to be perfectly honest, I looked at it and went, fruit and veg in a capsule, what the hell is that going to do for me? But I was in such a bad state that I was just like, give it to me, I've got to try it. So, and the free kids products was probably what really sold me, because, you generally don't want to do something for yourself, but you'll do something for your kids. So I got started on the products, and I noticed the same as Michelle. Like about 10 days in, I just noticed I'd been in a bit of a fog and I hadn't really realised it. And the fog just lifted and I started to feel like myself again. My husband noticed a change in me, so he started stealing my capsules. So then we ended up ordering him some as well. And so the kids were on the chews, and my kids they were 3 and 6 when we started, and they're now 6 and 9. My son, Taylor, he used to get bronchiolitis really badly. Every time there was winter or, anything going, he would catch it and it would go just straight to his chest, and he'd end up with this terrible hacking bronchiolitis, and he had a puffer. And it was when he was really little, my husband took him to the doctor, and he got whisked off to hospital, and they put him on a nebulizer and all that kind of thing. And that really freaked me out, because Paul had taken my car, and I didn't have a car seat that I could get to the hospital or anything. So I was really freaked out. So the fact that since we've started these products, every bit of medication that we had in the cupboard has expired and gone off, including the puffers. So we just got rid of it. And So the rest of the family, my husband was the ultimate skeptic. He actually took it for 15 months just because I told him to. Didn't think it was doing anything for him. And then I said, well, how about you stop for a bit and see what happens then? So he stopped for a month and he started falling asleep on the couch again. He was grumpy. He was drinking lots of coffee. So he then only then realised what it was doing for him. My daughter Bailey, I had the moment with her that when I went to my first ever event, they talked about the carrot moment. That the kids will go to the fridge and help themselves to a carrot, and my daughter did that. She went and grabbed an unpeeled carrot and started munching on that. So when you put the good things in, the kids just start to crave stuff, and there's no placebo. You can't make those stories up. They just start to happen. So, it's same as the girls have said, I can't imagine us not being on this product because it's totally changed my life in so many ways. You know, I'd hate to think where I would be if I hadn't have had it shared with me because it just helped me find my groove again and find who I was and what my purpose was as well. So, and now I just want to share that with other people and help them as much as I can. So, yeah, thanks, Michelle.
That is amazing. I love hearing how it's helped different people. And I love the point that you made that, you know, we'll often do something for someone else and we'll put ourselves last. So I love that, you know, the company actually encourages you, you know, when you put yourself first, they're going to help you out with the kids too. So there's so many things I could comment on, but that's amazing. We're going to switch gears. We all had a chance to find out a little bit more about how the product has really helped people's lives. But of course, like I said, you know, it's finances that we're also, you know, struggling with. And so we're going to talk about the opportunity that the business has for us. And we're going to go over to beautiful Natalie, and she's just going to touch base on a few of those things. So take it away, Nat.
Thanks, Michelle. Hi, everybody. I've been taking the products now for 2 years, and I could go on. I have a family of 5 children and a husband, and like-mindedly, I love the product, and it's had so many beneficial effects. So when I'm so thankful, actually so thankful that my friend just shared the products with me and said, what if it helps? What if? And I don't think there's any better question than you won't know until you give it a go. And what if it does make a profound difference? And for me personally and my family, it's really catapulted us into being able to manage other areas of our lives. And it's such a great foundational product. It's not the answer to all things. It's not going to make all your problems go away, but it puts you in a better mindset to deal with what needs to be dealt with, which holds all things together. So I love the product. So when because I have 5 people in my family and I wanted everyone to be on it, my friend Sharon said to me, how about you just join up just to even get your products cheaper? Well, I just couldn't help but sort of start telling people about the product. So I was sharing, and this is the whole emphasis of the business. It's just to use the products, to talk about it, and to share your results. And some people, though, it just makes sense to. Other people, they just go, oh, yeah, that's nice for you. That's fine. Like, it's really a relational business. You just get yourself out there and talk about it, and you can't help. It's like a good restaurant. You can't help but tell people, you got to go check that out. And this way we get paid for it, and that's a good thing because we just want to link people to the company. So I'm just going to explain a few things about how the business works. I don't know, can you sort of see that? Give us the thumbs up if you can. So in a traditional business, you have a CEO at the top, okay? And we're all of us are sort of either down the bottom or somewhere in between. And, you know, most of all, we've worked really hard to get up here. If you leave this sort of, say, the nursing, for me, I was a nurse and I was on the floor. And to look upwards, I was thinking, I don't really want to get involved in all the catty political push out, you know, undermining sort of things that can go. So I just sort of stayed on the floor as a nurse. But there were other people that went up. But really, to get to the top of the chain, there's only one person. So there's a lot of feeding out that goes on in between here. And it's not always a positive sort of environment to experience. Also down here, you sort of get told when to work, how much you're worth. I used to work with nurses who perhaps used to sit around a lot and just have cups of tea, and here I was putting my best foot forward, going, right, I've got 6 patients, I want to give them ultimate care, and at the end of the day we all got paid the same. So which sometimes can breed a little bit of contempt as well. You go, hey, that's not fair, you sat around on your ass and did nothing and I bent over backwards. So you know, there's different environments in here that can that be. So when I left my workplace to have my children, I sort of, when it came time to thinking about returning, I just thought, no, I don't really want to return to that scenario. I'd really like to do my own business. So I studied remedial massage therapy and have been practicing for the last 2 years part-time. And anyway, that again leaves a, you know, different sort of, I felt very unsupported. I was isolated as a practitioner. You know, I had to learn by trial and error and by myself. And so it was quite difficult too. So plus I've got a lot of overheads, and if I don't work, I don't get paid. Like, that's just how it is. So it was sort of going, oh, this is all a bit tricky too. So the thing I love about the Juice Plus business was that we all start off at the bottom. So I had to put my learner plates back on, which is a little bit, you know, it's a bit humbling. But the best thing is that I have found that the environment is quite positive and very supportive. So if you ask and just stay connected, you get inspired all the time. You know, it's just a matter of choosing to be connected. But as you can see, we start off the bottom, and up the top here, there's plenty of room up here to succeed. There's really the only way that you can make the way up is by helping people, by helping clients, and by helping people on your team or around you to inspire each other towards healthy living and to financial benefits for each other. So if I work hard, I help the person who reached out to me, as well as myself, as well as my people below me. So it's really just helping each other to get the most out of what your goals are. And you can work at your own pace. And that's the other beauty, is that, you know, when I first went into the business, I worked really, really difficult. And then there was some other things going on in my world, and so I had to back off a little bit. But still, it was really beneficial for me to have that space and still get paid in the thing. So basically, as I said before, you basically use the products, you talk about the products, and you share your results. And you know, some people might say, oh, I don't know a lot of people, you know, rah rah rah. You really don't, because it's a teaching to teach business. And if I'm here, if this is me, and I'll go ahead of me actually, Sharon, she reached out to me, and then I've got 2 girls on my team, and then they, which is Ange and Hannah, and they reach out to some other people, and then the popcorn effect sort of comes back. And the way in which we get paid and everything means that we get extra benefits from having people on our team and other people reaching out, and that's the sort of premise of the setup. And so eventually, 5 lengths down, you actually are helping a large group of people, and you're supporting them, and you just create this team environment. So there's 3 ways that we get paid. We get paid through retail profit, and we also get paid commission as you go up, and we also get paid bonuses. So there are, if you work really hard, like I was saying here about the nurse and the person who just sat on around having cups of teas and didn't really work very hard, but we got paid the same. If you decide and set some goals that work really hard, which are very achievable, mind you, then you can get some bonuses along the way. So you basically get paid for linking somebody to the company. You don't have to stock all this product or anything like that. It's so, well, I just plug them in, and the company sends the product straight to the people, and it's really good. Which I know my chiropractor, she used to use a lot of multivitamins and things like that, and she would have to stock it all. And if it just ran out of expiry, she would just lose a whole heap of overheads there. Whereas in this, we just get the freshest off the shelf as it's ordered from the company. So that's really fantastic. For me, the business, I've really enjoyed the fun. Like, it's just, it is lots of fun when you connect to people and you find out mutual things, and there's a lot of support. It's not the perfect world where everyone's just so lovely, and there's some challenges along the way. But that's actually okay. That's life. And sometimes, the most refining comes from the difficult times in your life, which is quite good too. So it is, I've really, really, if you love to grow, if you love to develop, if you like to have vision and aim and goal and do things a little bit differently, then this is a really good way to inspire healthy living all over the world. Thanks, Michelle.
Thanks so much, Nat. I really loved what you had to tell us about that. And I'm just going to hop straight into Christy, and I'm just going to ask her, why she said yes to this business. So, Christy, I'm going to pin you and unmute you.
Hello.
There you go.
Mornings.
Okay, so I suppose I'm here today because I like a challenge, and I like to give myself plenty of opportunity for professional, personal, and spiritual development. And I heard about this online health and wellness business, and I suppose I heard that they offered this, fantastic training and personal development, and they were really supportive, and they had a lot of integrity. So that kind of planted the seed for me. I was very interested at that time. So being a busy mum of two, I started to feel a little bit of FOMO. As the months went by. So, I was doing housework, and I was doing child play and looking after Evie and little Pia. And I studied bachelor business, and that was 15 years ago. And I owned and operated, 3 hospitality businesses. So the temptation to open my own business again was there. And I suppose I knew how much hard work that was going to be. So I thought about it. I thought, well, I've got to, somehow try and find the funds, and then I've got to find the people and a team. And, I just knew how much hard work it was going to be, and it was going to take me away from having those precious moments with my 2 little girls. So I suppose when Dawn, first of all, mentioned this to me, she presented the opportunity to me, and I couldn't resist. So look, I just think it's a really good opportunity for me to give myself some financial freedom, but also get involved in the training and the personal development, which I really need at the moment. And I've learned so much so far. So, it's only been 3 weeks for me, and I love the product Juice Plus. So that's a bonus. I know it works really well. Joe's been on it for 10 years. And I think it just sells itself anyway. So the whole sales side of thing, I don't really have to worry about, because it's investing in other people's lives that I've always been interested in. So, I love the business side of things, because I know that it'll give me an opportunity to build relationships with people in and around Geelong, and and just to give something back to them, and also, to the community as well. So, most of the profits that I make will be going towards a charity, but I'm sure, some of those profits might be going to other things as well, for myself or Joe or little Pia. Look, I'm really excited about what I've got myself involved in, and I love the team. I love the integrity of who I work with, and they're so encouraging, they're so supportive, and I'm really looking forward to the upcoming months, years maybe.
That's awesome.
So thank you.
That's so
Yeah.
good. Thank you, Christy. I'm just going to head over to Rachel. And Rachel, I've got you pinned. Let's see. I think I've unmuted you. Have I unmuted you? Sorry. I'll unmute you now. So Rachel's just going to sort of wrap us up with her, story of why she said yes to this business. And, for $165 to be able to say yes to an opportunity like this is pretty amazing, and to get to work with women all over the world. So Rachel, just let us know what your story is, why you said yes.
Okay, so my story is a little different to Christy. We'd been taking the Juice Plus products, which we were introduced to by Michelle, for about 8 weeks before the business opportunity came up. But the business opportunity didn't really appeal to me, but appealed to my husband. So he was the one that said yes to the business. And as his traditional business became busier, he passed the Juice Plus business onto me, and I became more involved in it. Because I could see the benefits that Juice Plus had on our family, and I just thought maybe, what could this do for other people? And I was just really encouraged that I could help other people with their health and well-being. The business has been good for me in the fact that it's helped me develop and strengthen my personal development. And it's taken me out of my comfort place and has given me a challenge. So I really love that, as Christy and Natalie and everyone else has said online, that we've got a great group of women who encourage and empower each other, and that we're all at different stages within this business, and that's fine. So this business opportunity, could be great for someone else as well.
Thank you so much, Rachel. I'm really excited and inspired, hearing from each person that's had the courage to share. And, it's one of those things, somebody was kind enough to reach out to us and either share the product or the business. And I know that all of us are really happy that we said a strong yes to this, because, what if it could be something for you? So if this has been a recording that someone is sharing with you, go back to the person that shared it with you, get your questions answered, and find out, what it might be for you. Thank you so much for taking your time, and just have a fantastic day. And we'd love for you to join the team or try out the products and see how they could help you. Thanks so much.